Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mensch. Today I'm going to talk about web browsers. I've been using Firefox since 2012. I used it in Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11, and in Linux. And I've used Brave browser in Linux, Windows 10, and Windows 11. And I've also used Tor browser a little bit and Librewolf a little bit. So today I'm going to talk about these web browsers and how I configure them and harden them and what I like and don't like about them, the pros and cons. So let's get to it. So today I'm in a virtual machine of Arch Linux with the awesome window manager. And I'm going to get rid of my face because it hides some of the things I'm trying to show you in the video. So don't go away. I'm still here. So the first thing I'm going to look at is Firefox. So let's open it up. So this is the way Firefox opens up when you first install it. There's a lot of bloat. So I'm just going to skip this. Gotta skip it again. Skip it again. Start browsing. And then there's all this junk here. First of all, I don't like the fact that the search engine is Google. Why would you have Google as a search engine in a web browser that's supposed to be privacy? And then there's all these things, Facebook, Reddit, Wikipedia, Twitter. And what's all this garbage down here? What is all this junk? Look at this Barbie. Like, I don't want to see all this crap. So when I install Firefox, I have to jump through a lot of hoops to get all this junk turned off and to get it hardened. And this is what I do. I get rid of this. Let's delete this bookmark. Let's delete import bookmarks. Remove from toolbar. This thing here, look at this. What is this? Let's get rid of this. Can we just turn it off? Let's skip it. Let's remove from toolbar. Let's get rid of this. And then I'm going to go into settings. I'm going to go home and I'm going to turn off. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to make sure all this crap is off. Sponsored stories. I don't want to see sponsored stories recommended by Pocket. Yeah. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of that. I'll leave the web search on. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to change my default engine to DuckDuckGo. And people say DuckDuckGo is not that private anymore, but hey, it's better than Google. And I'm going to go to privacy and I'm going to switch it from standard to strict. And what else am I going to do? Look at by default, Firefox data collection and use. Turned on by default. I'm going to shut it. What else can I do here? I'm going to enable HTTPS only. And I'm going to turn on maximum protection. And I'm going to change this to Canadian Shield. And what else can I do? I'm going to go to extensions and themes. Themes, I'm going to turn on enable dark theme. And in extensions, well, by default, Firefox doesn't come with the ad blocker. So I'm going to have to go back into the terminal. So I'm going to go into the terminal. Let's just make that a little larger. I'm going to type in sudo pacman s firefox -u block origin. And put my password in. Enter it. Close it. And you know what? I think to get this to work, I'm going to have to close Firefox and reopen it. So let's reopen Firefox. Let's get rid of that. And let's go back to extensions, settings, extensions, Click it on, and there it is. uBlock Origin, it's on now. Let's just toggle it on and off to make sure. And let's close that. Now, I also like to have my menu bar up here. Customize toolbar. I always like to have my home in here. And what else? And let's just close it. Let's reopen it. And there you have it. Let's do archlinux.org. And I'm going to save it. And that's it. Oh, let's do YouTube. Let's just go into YouTube. So let's make sure the ad block is working. It's blocking 17 ads. So the ad block is working. Let's go home. So this is the way I like to configure Firefox and harden it. And you can't get rid of the bloat, but you can turn it off. So, I mean, Firefox is supposed to be a privacy respecting web browser, but none of the hardening is turned on by default. And of course, if you're new to Firefox or new to computers or new to Linux, or even new to even in Windows, because Firefox is available in Windows, you may not know how to go into the settings and change all that hardening and turn off all that bloat. And also, I've been having trouble with Firefox. When I'm opening a program, another tab opens up and I end up with two tabs open, which I don't like. And also, logging into my favorite websites where I have accounts and passwords is not working properly in Firefox anymore, and I don't know why. So I've switched to Brave Browser. So let's close this. And I already have Brave Browser installed. Brave Browser is available in most distributions. And Arch, it's available in AUR. In Linux Mint, it's a flat pack. And it's available in Manjaro, MX Linux, and many other Linux distributions. And it's also available in Windows. So let's open up Brave Browser. So this is my first opening of it. I'm going to set it as default. And it also has some garbage you want to skip. And by default, diagnostics is turned on. I don't like them watching what I'm doing, so I'm going to turn it off. So that's another criticism about Brave Browser. It's supposed to be respecting your privacy, but I don't know if it really is. So these are the things I like to do when I install Brave Browser. Do you want to have Brave news? No, thank you. Let's customize. Show background images. I don't mind it, but I'm going to turn off the sponsored images. Top sites, I'm going to turn off. Cards, I'm going to turn off all these cards. And let's close it. Now I'm going to go into settings, which is down here. And open new tab page. Open new tab page. Appearance, I'm going to change it to dark. Show home button, because I like to have my home button. And I'm going to go down. What else do I want to do? That's it for there. A new tab page. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Shields. So Brave comes with a built-in ad blocker, so you don't have to go and get it as an extension. And trackers and ad blocking is standard. I'm going to turn it to aggressive. And in fingerprint is standard. Block cookies, cross-site cookies, I'm going to just leave it the way it is. Search engine, they have their own search engine. I'm going to leave that the way it is. And that's all you got to do. Let's go home. And Brave Browser is set. So there's less bloat and less configuring. And also, it comes with built-in Tor. So, if you don't know what Tor is a browser that enables you to surf the web anonymously, and it goes through 3 different relays. So your internet provider doesn't know where you're going. And the website at the final end, the website that you're going to, they don't know what country you're coming from or who you are. They can't read your IP address or anything. So Brave has it built in, and you would click this on. And now you can go into a private window, but this is not Tor. What this does is it doesn't save your cookies or your history. That's all this does. And Firefox has this ability, and most web browsers do. But let's close that. But Brave also has Tor. And if you click on this one, new private window with Tor, it's connecting. And let's just make that full screen. And now we are using Brave to serve through Tor. And like I said, with Tor, they don't know where you're coming from. So let's do a search for weather. So let's click on the first one that came up. They think I'm in the US, but actually I'm in Canada. So let's click on the first one, US severe weather alerts. Let's just click on that. So they think I'm in the United States. And actually this here is giving me weather for North Holland. So this is weird. US severe weather. Anyways, it's not showing that I'm in Canada because they don't know where I'm coming from. They can't read my IP. So that's Brave. We can close this Tor window and just surf through regular Brave. So overall, I think Brave is good. And from now on, I'm going to be using Brave as my main browser. Now let's close this. Now let's go through pure Tor. So I'm going to open up Tor. And Tor is also available in most distributions. It's available in the official repository of Arch Linux, Linux Mint, MX Linux, Manjaro, and most Linux distributions. So Tor I didn't have to get from the AUR like I did with Brave. And let's just open it up. So now I am in pure Tor. Now the Tor browser is built upon Firefox, and this is pure Tor. So let's do a search. Let's try weather. So it's just calling up weather, and look at this. It's giving me the weather for Norway. Now I'm in Canada, but it's giving me the weather for Norway. Isn't that amazing? So when I'm using Tor, like I said, my internet provider doesn't know who I am, my IP address, or where I live, and neither do the websites that I'm going to. So I'm going to talk about Tor a little bit more afterwards. There's really nothing to harden or to configure when you're using Tor. It is what it is. It's for privacy. Now let's get out of there. And now I'm going to open up LibreOffice. Now LibreOffice is in Arch is available in the AUR, but in Linux Mint it's available as a Flatpak in their repository. It's also available in Manjaro, I believe, and MX Linux as well. And LibreOffice is available in the official repository of FreeBSD. So let's open it up. Here it is here, Librewolf. Now, Librewolf, you're thinking it looks a lot like Firefox. Well, Librewolf is built on the Firefox engine. And before I do that, I haven't set my themes in this virtual machine yet, I don't think. Let's do custom. Oh, no, I haven't. Let's do Matera Dark and icon theme Papyrus Dark. There we go. Now I'm going to open up Librewolf. And there we have our dark theme. So you might be saying Librewolf looks like Firefox. Well, it is. Librewolf is a fork of Firefox. And what they've done is they take Firefox and they get rid of all the bloat. And then they set all the settings to be automatically by default hardened. So all the security settings are hardened by default. And it comes with an ad blocker. It comes with uBlock Origin already installed and built into it. So for instance, if we go to YouTube, so now we're at my YouTube page, and you can see if you click on this icon, uBlock Origin is working, and it's blocking ads. So I'm just going to close that. Let's just reopen it. Librewolf. So Librewolf, like I said, it's a fork of Firefox, but everything is hardened and you don't have to do anything. When you install Librewolf, you don't have to do anything except install it and use it. I'm back. So that's a quick look at 4 web browsers that I've used. And I've already mentioned a lot of stuff I don't like about Firefox. Yes, it's privacy respecting, but you have to go in there and turn on all the privacy settings. And you have to turn off all the bloat and the things you don't like. Brave browser has a little bit of bloat in it too, and you have to turn off some of that bloat because it's turned on by default. So when you first install Brave browser, you have to turn off some of that bloat, but there's less to turn off than there is in Firefox. And also with Firefox, you have to go and download an ad blocker. Whereas with Brave browser, it comes installed with its own ad blocker, and it also comes with Tor. And so you can surf Tor through the Brave browser. So for these reasons, I think Brave browser, I'm going to give it a higher score than Firefox. Now, Pure Tor is good for surfing the web anonymously, and you can also surf the web using Tor through the Brave browser. But if you're going to be using Tor, you may as well just use Pure Tor, right? So with Pure Tor, it's anonymous, but like I said, websites are going to work slower because you're going through 3 relays. And the downside of using Tor also is that you can't use it to log into your bank or do anything else that you might be doing, because any accounts that you have where they know who you are and you have a password, you don't want to use it when you're using Tor, because that defeats the whole purpose of surfing the web anonymously. And also, some of those websites probably won't work. Like you probably wouldn't be able to log into your bank or to any of your other accounts through Tor because they can't read your IP address. So in most cases, that probably wouldn't work. And even if they did, you wouldn't want to. Like I said, it defeats the whole purpose of being anonymous. So that's the downside of Tor. Now with Librewolf is fantastic. And maybe I might not use Brave. Maybe I might switch to Librewolf. Librewolf, like I said, is a fork of Firefox, but they've take out all the bloat and all the settings are set automatically by default to be hardened, and it comes automatically installed with an ad blocker, uBlock Origin. So when you install Librewolf, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is install it and surf the web. And I like the fact that they're using the Gecko engine rather than the Google engine. And there's only one downside of Librewolf, and that is that because it's a small team that's working on it, every time Firefox comes out with a new release, So Firefox and Brave browser, all these web browsers, they come out with new releases, which put new features into them. But they also come out with new releases to put patches in it, to patch bugs. So when they realize there's a security danger, then what they do is they patch it up and they put out a new release. So the only downside of Librewolf is that when Firefox comes out with a new release, and most of the time it's because of security patches, it takes Librewolf a couple days and sometimes maybe even 3 days to get their version out. So there's a little bit of a delay as far as getting your security patches if you're using Librewolf as your main driver and as your main web browser. So that would be the only downside about it. And I don't blame them because they don't have the backing of a big company behind them. And I presume they don't have a lot of money. And I presume they don't have a lot of people who are developers who are working on their project. So when Firefox comes out with a new release and security fixes, it might take a few days before you get Librewolf updated. So for my rating, I might put Tor at the bottom because even though Tor is a great browser and you don't have to do anything to configure it, and it's privacy respecting, it's slow, and you can't use it to log into any of your accounts, or at least you shouldn't. And then I'm going to put Firefox because Firefox is bloated. All the privacy settings are turned off by default, and it doesn't come with an ad blocker. Next, I don't know, yeah, Brave browser and Librewolf. I kind of think Librewolf is better because it's running on the Gecko engine rather than, and Brave is running on the Google engine. And Brave has more bloat than Librewolf. The only thing I'm worried about Librewolf is that sometimes there's a delay in getting your security patches and your security updates. So I think I'm probably going to use Brave and live in Brave for a while, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should go with Librewolf. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I am the Linux Mensch.